Hi, and welcome to my life in slightly breezy Central Texas. Now today, the work on the red truck seems to be done. He did break something pretty early in the day, which is really not that big a deal. It's a $4 part, and it's not like we don't have other running vehicles around to go pick up said $4 part at need. It was just frustrating to him after doing all that other stuff. And I had some water trickling for a moment, just having opened the drain plug on an ice chest. Sometimes things just need to be done. And I'll have to take in a couple of plastic bags that had ice in them. And the cap is back on the drain tube. Yay. And back. The daughter pulled up with her boys. Seriously, at what age do people stop drawing on themselves with pens? Or does it just continue until they're old enough to go get a tattoo when they wish? Right now, I see carefully made artwork on the younger grandson on a regular basis, and I wonder if he's going to be our tattooed thug. Oh well. I have these leaves coming along nicely. But something is occasionally eating leaves. Oh well. And the neighbor's child is being big. Not eating anything, just making noises. But kids gonna do kid things. I have to make sure I leave early enough to stop for gas. And maybe coffee, because I didn't get any this morning. Or I might go in there and see if there's still some in the pot and make an iced coffee. I don't know. It doesn't matter that much. I do what makes me happy. Other people get to do what makes them happy. Right now, I'm really happy that the red truck started and ran today after that $4 part got replaced. And he replaced a bunch of other parts on some bolts and things that were just old. Because if you're going to start tearing something down, you've got to get whatever gaskets need to go into it. Make sure your coolant supply and your oil supply are not contaminating each other. You don't want water in your engine block. And you don't want oil in your radiator. And it is a beautiful day. Somebody else is a little more focused on the fact that $4 part broke. Wah. Okay. Well, he can complain if he likes. But we are so well set up for running vehicles. Even if we weren't, we have people we could call. My son is in Round Rock. That's not very far away. In fact, is across the street and through some trees from Shalindo. And that's cool. I think I might have to stop at the store after class, but I'm not in a big hurry for it. We have eggs and bacon in there, so I have something I can eat. Mostly I get on here and ramble. Sometimes there's even a topic to my rambling. But I need to speak. Part of my brain that has trouble walking in small circles and drooling. You know, I need to speak, because speaking uses the small muscles in the face and in the tongue, top of the throat, and that's kind of important. You have a problem, you got to work on that problem. Now, shoes and socks are on, so I am ready all the way down to my happy little feet down there. And there's some parts there with bits of plastic around them. I don't know what they are for. They're not for the rotisserie, because that's up here on the side of the grill. Last time I was going to use the rotisserie, and it is built for being outdoors, mounted on the side of a grill. We need a new cover for the grill, but I had turned it on and couldn't tell it was on. You really got to reach in that spot where the end of the rod assembly goes when you've got your meat on it. So you put one fork down the rod, then you set your meat in place and make sure it's jammed down onto that fork, and then you get the other fork and you jam it into the meat, and then you bring the whole shebang out here, and you fit one end into the drive side, and the drive side is on the left, and the other end goes into a thing where it just turns freely, and there's a outdoor worthy cable, and you hit the power button, you make sure it's plugged in, and you turn on whichever burners you want to use. If you're only using half the grill, you might only turn on 3 burners or 2, depending what you're making. But with 5 burners to choose from, I might do the one in the center and then each side of that, and have a lot of direct heat to the meat. That's what you do if you're going for a good sear. And you can leave the ends off so you have a cool place to set things down in case you're doing anything that needs to be on the grates. There's a lot of people who have never grilled anything. Kind of surprising, actually. So much beautiful weather, so many beautiful days to be had, and people should be out enjoying those beautiful days. Ooh, I gotta stop curling my back when I sit like that. You sit on the ice chest, there's no backrest. That's okay. A brief lull in the breeze, but my hair's still moving, so the air must still be moving. It is after 4:30. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with my time. I really should not leave before 5. even with stopping for gas. But I have emptied the dishwasher, so if my daughter needs to put anything in it, it's available. I have looked in the freezer. I might have a pot of oxtails on cooking tomorrow. We'll get too much further along in the year, and it'll be too hot to be making anything that's real brothy. And that's coming from somebody who likes soup. Now, if anyone's been looking for options, drop a comment. And some people are happy just eating loads and loads of ground beef. I don't like sardines, and I really don't care for endless meals of ground beef. It's one of the reasons I was thinking of stopping at the store later. That and the cat needs stuff. Looking at all the flower pots I have up here. And some funny little triangular things. They look like 3 small seed starting cups with a connecting space between them. And there's some larger ones down below that look like 4 small flower pots with a connecting space between them. And then there's several large pots, one of which has a blueberry trying to be ready for summer. I'm thinking I might be ready to do cereal IBO. And I sent off an email to semi-retired Bob. I'm like, I understand this point and this point, and I understand no claims can be made. Do I think my life has been improved by these products? Yes, I do. Enough so that I give them also to Loki. And I'm hoping that plasma flow will do him some good, because Lord knows what his circulatory system looks like. He's been eating everything he shouldn't since about age 17. And we lost his father and I think one of his grandfathers to heart attacks. You just gotta work with what you got. And when you find something that works, you gotta make sure you keep it. Do I think Cyril's a good company? Yeah, I do. So, if I do this, yes, it is a multi-level marketing. It's a model that works. If it didn't work, Amway wouldn't do it. But that would put me in with semi-retired Bob for my upline. And I don't know, I think he's in under Bart K, I'm not sure. And it really doesn't matter. What matters is we need to get the word out about good products that seem to do what we need them to do. If you find something that will nourish your bone marrow so that you're making the most possible stem cells that you can, and then kicks them out so that they're wandering around in your body doing what stem cells do. And there's a lot about that. I don't know all the jobs they do. I think I caught a video once with Bart K describing like a half a dozen things or more that they do. And then they finally find a spot where they're needed. And they move in and set up shop and become whatever. And that's cool. That is darn cool. One, it's cool that they've been able to do the research to know that certain things help that process. And it's cool that somebody out there knows what all those jobs are that stem cells can do. And it's so awesome. I just know I no longer have weird little pops of light around the periphery of my vision. I like that. Lord only knows what else it's doing for me. And I'm using the plasma flow. So the stem enhance seems to be working for me. And the plasma flow seems to be working for me. I hope it is. I don't need another TIA or stroke or anything else that comes from it. I think that there's another word for what happens when it goes to your lungs. If you have clots and bits that are making things not work for you, then you need to heal in your lungs and all the veins that go there too. Because if you don't get the blood to your lungs, then how can you have gas exchange and bring in oxygen, right? You need that. You need to get rid of waste gases, and you need to bring in oxygen. I stayed awake in science class. I didn't always stay awake in math class, but I stayed awake in science class. Okay, let's see this. Little bitty citrus of some kind. I did take the sphagnum moss out of there, sphagnum moss, and put more potting soil in, and then put the sphagnum moss back in. Grandson's little poisonous beauty thing, it is just not moving along. It's got 3 leaves standing up. Red spider lily. Find it online. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, there's a 4th leaf trying to come up, and one of the tall ones kind of fell down on it. Oh well. If we can keep it alive, then it should make a beautiful, freakish looking, wonderful, deep red flower. I have a lot of faith in that kid. I want to grow this. It is horribly poisonous, and I don't know if anyone will let me have it. You live at my house, kid. Let's do it. Oh. Keep life interesting, everyone. And do what you need to do. Do things, some things at least, for yourself. If you want to do a puzzle, or get one of those annoying puzzle magazines that are always sitting around and do logic problems, Sudoku, whatever. I don't care if you can just if your sit-down time is spent doing word searches because that's what you want to do, then do it. But make sure you get up occasionally, too. I am outside without my little dog today. He's comfy in there on my bed where the grounding sheet has been applied. He curls up on that thing and he's happy as a clam. We slept on it last night. Now, Loki still has aches and pains and marks all over him where he was leaning in funny angles while working on the truck. But supposedly it reduces recovery time, so I'm hoping that's so. I'm gonna go put some stuff on my hair to make it stay down and get my stuff together and get out the door. Y'all have a good day. Do something to make Grandma proud. I love you.